Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, my name is Kadek Widiyanti. In this video, I'd like to tell you, or I would like to explain or present about noun, especially compound nouns. Okay, let's start. So before we talk about the main topic here, the main topic is compound nouns. Let's talk about the noun first. So the topic here is, the first is let's talk about noun, and then second one, our main topic here is compound noun, and the last is noun phrase. So after we talk about compound nouns, let's talk a little bit about noun phrase. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Noun. Okay, what is noun? Noun is the word, or we can say other than a pronoun, used to identify any of class of people, places, or things, or we name it as a common noun, and or to name a particular one of this, we name it as proper noun. Okay, let's talk about the function of noun. So actually there are a lot of function of noun, but I'll put this 4 of them in my PPT. The first is subject of verb. For subject of verb, the example is the man buy a flower. So the man here is not as subject of verb. And then object of verb, for the example is a flower is bought by a man. So it's a noun as object of verb. And then complement of verb, for example is John is a winner. So that is a example of complement of verb, noun as complement of verb. And then the last is object of preposition. For the example is everyone is complaining about the boss. So about is preposition and the boss is object here, noun as object of preposition. Okay, I think that's clear. So let's talk about our main topic here, compound nouns. So what is compound nouns? Definition of compound nouns are words of for people, animals, places, things, or ideas made up of 2 or more words. Most compound nouns, 2 or more words. Most of compound nouns are made with nouns that have been modified by adjective or other noun. So we can say that compound noun is 2 different words, like noun or adjective, or noun plus noun, or noun plus adjective, or anything. 2 different words. We put them together into one noun, one word. That is a compound noun. And then there are a lot of ways to create a compound noun, but in this definition, I just put like adjective with other nouns like that. Actually, there are a lot of ways to make a compound noun. Then let's move to the form of compound nouns. There are 2 forms of compound noun. The first is compound nouns as a single word. What is that? Okay, compound noun as a single word. This type of compound noun is formed by combining 2 words from different parts of speech together into a single word. For the example is toothpaste. Toothpaste is 2 different words, 2 different parts of speech. We put them together into a single word, into a toothpaste. And then next, the second form of compound noun is compound nouns as a separate words. This type of compound noun is formed by using 2 separate words together. They are acting together grammatically as a single unit. For the example is swimming pool. So swimming pool is one component, is a one noun, but it is separate. Or we also, for example, is we put a hyped strip, a hyped. For example, is brother-in-law. So they are brother hyped in hyped law. It's one of the example of components as separate word. And then let's move to part of speech of compound nouns. So this is the ways of to create a compound nouns. Actually, there are lots of ways to make a compound nouns, but I just put 9 part of speech of compound nouns here. The first is noun plus noun, like gas and station. Put them together into gas station. It's a compound noun. Like gas station, notebook, toothpaste, and then the second is noun plus verb. Sunrise, sunset, hat trick, and then noun plus preposition. For example, is passerby, mother-in-law, brother-in-law. I'm sorry, I forgot to put law here. I'm sorry. It's actually brother-in-law, but I forgot to put law in here. I'm sorry. And then the fourth is verb plus noun. For example, it's breakfast, dance floor, backbone. And then number 5, verb plus preposition. For the example is check in, walk out, take out. And then number 6, preposition plus noun. For example, underworld, underground, outdoor. And number 7, adjective plus noun. For example, blackboard, software, highway. And then number 8 is adjective plus verb. For example, old-fashioned, well-known, highly recommended, and last is preposition plus verb. For example, input, outcome, outlook. And as what I've said before, there are lots of part of speech of compound nouns and how to create a compound nouns. Like more than this, like you can also use noun plus gerund, gerund plus noun, like that. But I just put 9 of them in my PPT. Then I think that's clear. Let's move to the next slide. How to make plurals compound nouns. How to make a single compound nouns to plural compound nouns. There are rules here. The rules is the single word we simply add s. But for separate word, we use the significant words to make it plurals. So if you're still confused, let's look to the example. First example is newspaper. So newspaper here is a single word, right? So we simply add s in the end of the words. Newspapers into a newspapers. And then the second example is swimming pool. Swimming pool is a separate words, right? So we use the significant word here. So what is the significant word here? The significant word here is a pool. So we add s in pools. Swimming pool become swimming pools if you want to make it plurals. And then the third example is brother-in-law. For brother-in-law, there are separate words. We use hyped here. So what is the significant word here? Let's take a look, and we can see that brother here is a significant word. So we add s, we make a plurals in brother. Brother, brother-in-law into brothers-in-law if you want to make it plural. And then the last example is woman doctor. So if you take a look here, woman is significant word and doctor is also a significant word. So we use both of them. We make them plurals together. So woman doctor into women doctors, because woman in plurals is women. I think that's clear. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, this is the last topic, noun phrase. So what's noun phrase? A noun phrase is a group of words, usually a noun in addition to a modifier such as an adjective, adverb, or article that function just as a noun word. Grammatically, a noun phrase can be the subject, object, subject complement, or object complement in the sentence in which it appears. So I put 5 examples here. First is the little boy, the happy puppy, the building on the corner, the sharp pencil, and your religion. So all of this is a noun phrase. And then the difference. So the difference between compound noun and noun phrase is a distinct difference between a phrase and a compound noun is that a compound noun, a compound word, can be without a head, but a phrase can never be without a head. So a compound noun or compound word, it's more independent because it can be without a head, but a phrase, noun phrase, can never be without a head. English compound words such as ladyfingers and butterfingers are called exocentric compounds, and none of the words in the compound function as the head of compound. So I think that's all clear. Yes, that's all of my explanation about noun, especially the compound noun. Thank you for watching, and for the exercise, I will put a link in the description box so you can answer it via Google Form. So I will put the link of Google Form in my description box in this description video. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching and see ya to the next video.